Hello.
Hi, Lynn.
Hi, Laura. How are you?
All right. We're almost through Wednesday.
Oh, it's going so fast. I feel like some magnetic thing with the earth is like speeding up time. I don't know.
Back to school is definitely busy.
Yeah, it adds because I drive my son down to New Milford and pick him up. So
Oh, does he go to high school down there or?
Education Without Walls on Bridge Street. It's a homeschool co-op learning center type thing.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Neat. My uncle-in-law was and aunt-in-law, I don't know if that's what you'd call them, are we're both teachers at New Milford High School, science teachers. If you ever
Okay.
come across Robotics and Beyond, they run that out of the high school. It's a pretty neat program.
Both of my boys did a whole bunch of programs through them.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I was so impressive to see these kids like learn how to code drones and 3D printing, and
Yeah.
it's amazing what they have access to nowadays. They didn't have that when I was growing up.
Oh, we didn't have computers like they do now.
Yeah, or cell phones.
Yeah, nothing.
Yeah. All right. I think looks like it's still just us. I had all the documents pulled up.
I just sent 2 texts, so we'll see if anybody. There's Julia. All right. Awesome. Hi, Julia.
Hi, how are you?
Good. How you doing?
Good. I'll be on as long as I can.
Okay. So then I'm gonna get us started. And let's see, how did I do that? Advanced? No, I didn't need that. Okay, so let's call this meeting to order at 7:05. I forgot to send you all the minutes of 9:15, so we're gonna skip that and we'll approve them at the next meeting. Interview questions is what I have up here.
Okay.
It's all mine. Oh, it's a help screen, whatever. So I tried to go through the September 9th meeting and write down what we discussed. So any changes?
So, this looks like everything that we discussed. Do we just need another hypothetical?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Trying to see if I can.
Apologies, I just changed rooms. My husband just got home and my kids are eating.
Mine are too. I'm outside. That's why I'm outside. It's quieter outside.
Yeah, right.
I might have to stop this share because I can't see John trying if those guys are trying to get in. How do I do that? Let's see.
Mm.
I can look at it on my, you sent it to us, right?
Yeah. So I have to stop sharing so I can see if somebody's trying to get in.
Do you want me to share?
If you want to, let me just change. All right, nobody's trying to get in, but let me just
Okay.
change this setting here. Okay. So you should be able to share it and then I can keep an eye on participants list.
Okay, sounds good. All right. Are you guys able to see that okay?
Yep.
Questions? Awesome. Okay. So we need one more hypothetical, is what you were saying, Julia?
Yes.
Number
Uh,
8, I kind of left it blank.
Okay.
So we already addressed like how you would handle like a parent upset about something with a child. What about what about something like improper use or vandalism of like a playground area or parks area? Right? That's a real thing that we would run into.
Say that again. I'm sorry. My sister had sent some questions to me, but we text so much I can't find them.
So we could say
I would actually, so Julia, I would almost raise those stakes because I had an interesting, as a tennis person, you may find this interesting. During the summer, my kids and I were playing tennis, and a young woman came up and she told us, A, no children were allowed on the courts, and B, that she had seen people on their scooters and bikes on the tennis courts, and that we weren't allowed to be on the courts unless we were playing. Granted, we were just hitting balls, but it was just kind of an interesting scenario with, like, I didn't think we were doing anything wrong, but
I don't think we're doing anything wrong doing that.
right.
I mean, I was out there all afternoon with children playing tennis. And frankly, I think anybody using the parks, it's a great thing to have. Like, I actually, with hard courts, I don't have a problem with scooters on them. Like, I would have a problem if people showed up to play tennis and weren't able to get on the court because somebody was scooting on them or something. But
Yeah.
unless they're causing like real damage or keeping people from doing that, I don't have a problem. But that would be like,
But it's also like, what the rule handbooks allow for. And then I also heard locks were going on the tennis courts at one point, or might be, or something. I don't know. But yeah, the vandalism and facilities could go a lot of directions.
yeah. So maybe we scrap improper use. But we could say like, I don't know.
I don't know if there's a lot. I don't know if that's a personal decision because that kind of stuff would be brought to the commission anyway. I mean, they'd have to immediately deal with it as far as if they're making sure that there's no safety issues. But
that's how they might answer that question, right? Like, having read the job description, they'd see that they need to come to the commission with stuff like that. But like, I think that the way that you answer that or thought that through, Lynn, is like a good example of somebody like, first, let me make sure it's safe. Second, let me immediately raise it. Like,
right.
I don't know, but there are a million other questions we could ask too. That was just I was trying to think of real scenarios.
Maybe like, what, to your point and Lynn's point, maybe it's like the series of escalate, like how would you escalate any sort of scenario, dealing with, I mean, if we want to see if they understand proper protocol, but I guess we're going to be dictating what that protocol, that escalation protocol is to them
Mhm.
anyway, as part of
Yeah.
their onboarding process.
I think John's looking for the meeting thing. Don't bring up the tennis court box while he's on the.
Okay.
Oh, there he is. Okay. Oh, I figured out how to do it over the screen sharing. Okay. Hey, John, are you on?
Yeah,
Okay.
hang on a second. Okay. Okay,
You there?
yep, sorry about that.
Okay.
I was waiting for it to come across and I just forgot about it. I was on the call again, so. Sorry about that, people.
That's okay. Glad you could join us. We were just discussing number 8 here, and I kind of left number 8 blank. Open-ended, just looking for another hypothetical, how would you handle type thing.
Oh, okay.
Is John the one that had mice
Yes.
or frogs in the pool? Is that one to bring up
No,
here?
no, that's mine. Mine is the bullying thing and
Oh,
how do you,
bullying. Okay.
Yeah. I think that's the best one, but that's only me.
What about, I'm literally Googling things. What are your biggest weaknesses? What are your biggest strengths? Out of all the candidates, why should we hire you?
Mm.
I think we actually scrapped that one in the last.
We
meeting.
did, that's why I'm laughing.
Yeah.
What do you consider to be your biggest professional achievement? We basically have that one.
Do we have strengths and weaknesses in here?
We don't.
Should we put that in with like, ahead of what you would do differently? Or you guys think that question's too generic?
I think 2 and 3 are kind of like more A and B.
Together. Yeah.
How about instead of what would you do differently, what would you do to improve past experiences?
That's a good idea.
And do we have what were your biggest challenges in a role like this previously?
I think we should get rid of number 3 and talk about the strengths and weaknesses. Because
Okay.
isn't that kind of handled somewhere else? Have you used any tools previously that you implemented that help you be more efficient is kind of in that department? Is there anything you brought to your previous position that you're proud of? How did it start and were you able to finish?
I think that covers strength.
Could we include
Fair enough.
strength as part of number 2 and say, please elaborate on your program experience and what your strengths and weaknesses were in that role?
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Okay.
This could be the hypothetical. Tell me about the last time a coworker or customer got angry with you. What happened?
Yeah, that's good. Frustrated. I like that.
As the hypothetical one, or is this number 8?
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, I think that's a good one.
What do you think, John?
Looks good.
Okay.
Looks really good.
So you want to put number 8? Oh, you already did it.
Yeah, she's already done. She's
She's
way ahead of
On
us.
it.
We're not used to this.
I know.
Oh, sorry.
No, that's good.
No,
It's
keep
good.
it up.
No,
Keep
don't
it up. That's good.
apologize.
No, keep it up. This, it saves a lot of time. Absolutely saves a lot of time.
Describe your dream job. Why do you want to leave your current job? What kind of work environment do you like best? Tell me about the toughest decision you had to make in the last 6 months.
Mm.
What is your leadership style?
Do we want to include something about like growth in this role? Or I know we have can you see yourself becoming invested in this town, and why? I'm just thinking about like what are your expectations as far as growth opportunity, or where do you see yourself in 5 years?
That's one of the questions. Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Okay.
No, I mean, not on here in the thing I was just reading.
Yeah, because I think ideally we'd love to find someone that's not a transitional person, right? That is
Yep.
is going to stay and own the role for a while.
Yeah, 100%.
Yep. I think you got it covered. I really do. I mean, those are all good questions. And how would you score that?
Yeah, and I feel like we might run out of time with some of these. I mean, we'll like play it by ear a little bit, what makes
Right.
sense.
Mm.
Yeah, exactly. It's a list. It doesn't mean everyone has to be done.
Yeah. Okay.
Sometimes you have to work with the employees. Sometimes these questions come out, answers come out before you ask them.
Totally.
Yeah. All right. So are we good on this one?
I think so.
I'm good on it.
All right.
Good.
Ed's in the waiting room. It gave me an alert. How do you like that?
Are you getting savvy now, huh?
Yeah, I'm learning every time. Just got his text. So can you, Laura, you want to throw that back up so Ed can look through it?
Oh yeah, sure. One sec.
Hey, Ed, can you hear us?
Yep, I can hear you.
Okay. So we just went through the interview questions that I sent.
Yep.
Made a few changes and stuff. If I don't know how quickly you can read.
Well, I did. Did you sent those questions, right?
I did send them, but we added like number 9 or number 8. I had left it kind of open-ended, looking for another hypothetical. So it said, can you share an experience where a
Okay,
coworker
yeah,
or
I
customer
see
is
that. Yep.
frustrated? So we
Yep.
put that as our second hypothetical. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? What else did we change?
Number 2, strengths and weaknesses.
Yep. I think that's it. So we should probably make a motion to accept the interview questions, just to be on the safe side.
Sorry, one thing I just thought to add to question 1, did you obtain a copy of the description? Have you read it? Do you understand the requirements? Maybe we ask out of the gates, are there any, significant questions you'd like to answer at the start of the?
Yeah, that's a good one.
Okay.
Okay.
And are there any significant?
Or
Yeah,
gotcha.
take out R,
Oh, there we go.
the second R, yep. Okay. There we go.
All right. I will send that back.
So
Okay.
should I make a motion?
Yes, please.
Okay, I make a motion to adopt the proposed interview questions that we just reviewed.
A
Second.
sec. Thank you. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay, opposed? Everybody said aye. Awesome, awesome. Okay, discussion of base payroll starting pay. We will need to put that on the ad.
Executive?
If it is, we can't do that now because it's not
Okay.
warned.
I think that we're bound to what's in the budget, is what Jean said.
We are.
Yeah.
So basically, John, I don't know that we need that because we're not talking about
Fine, no, that's
personnel,
that's
We're
understandable. Anytime you
talking
deal with
about-
money,
public
Yeah.
numbers.
that's fine. No problem.
So we're just putting in what we have in the budget.
Yes, but there's two things. The person that just left had 35 years or 25 years, 23 years, under their belt. The other thing is we looked at the average pay, and considering what we said in other meetings regarding the average pay that we found, I don't know that we need to start that high.
I actually felt like we were low compared to the comps that we discussed.
Well, with a base pay of, I think it was 54,
Yeah.
I think that was towards the higher, middle to higher end. But that comes with a lot of experience. So,
Mhm.
I mean, that's why the interview process, you can decide whether or not they have the experience or not, and then give them that kind of money. But I mean, if you want somebody and you want somebody quick and you want somebody that's experienced, you're gonna have to pay that extra.
I agree. I don't know that we need to put the starting pay at 54 though.
Well,
Do
we could
even have
circle,
a choice?
What if we said 50 plus, adjusted based on experience?
Because yeah, that doesn't give us, if we start right at 54, that's all we can afford. That doesn't give us any wiggle room. No negotiation room.
Right, 50 plus.
Right.
If we made it 50 plus.
well, how about we do this? Why don't we go down to 50 and then offer incentives to improve what we have now? Would that be all right?
But do we even have a choice in this?
So there's certain benefits that town employees will get anyway, which would be the IRA and partial pay of their insurance. I'm not sure if there's any other things. The former director had part of her cell phone covered because she was using it for business use.
Mhm.
The ZipRecruiter thing that I have cited before said that the median is 53,000. So it is like right in the middle.
Okay.
And I'm sure that anybody that's gonna apply for that job already knows what the salary ranges are, so
Yeah, so we have to be,
we have to be right there in the middle. I mean, otherwise, we're not gonna get anybody good anyhow,
Yeah.
so. I mean, we're looking for an 8.
Yeah, are there performance reviews annually that allow for an increase in salary?
so
Like-
I was thinking about this because we talked about this, adding performance reviews into our bylaws. And the way the town works, we can give, if we get this excellent person, or when we had, we can play them up and talk about how well they're doing as much as we want, but everybody in the town hall is going to get the same amount. They don't necessarily give the pay raise on performance. It's a straight number across the board, which is usually 3%. So
Annually?
yeah,
Okay.
you can't, it gets into a lot of stuff if you start playing, and it might look like favorites, or this one doesn't have a board to do that. This one may want to give theirs more, but that increases the town budget. So it's just an even number across the board. There's nothing wrong with absolutely giving accolades or the opposite of, if the person needs that. And I think anything in our bylaws would be for our own information, not about giving a raise.
Yeah.
So if we did an annual review, which I'm not opposed to at all, it would not be in consideration, it wouldn't be considered in the raise part.
Gotcha.
Not that the selectmen don't want to hear that. It's always good for them to hear that, but it won't affect the raise.
Won't the town be the ones giving the actual offer package to the prospective candidate? Anyway, we're talking about negotiating and stuff like that, but ultimately won't it be the selectman's office or the clerk's office that will be making the offers and going back and forth? I remember that's what happened with the interim director. We were consulted, but it was really maybe even Jean who was doing the negotiating with the employee.
Joyce will do the paperwork for us. As for other stuff, having not gone through this, I'm not really sure. Yeah. I would have to speak with them and talk to Joyce and see what that protocol is.
Mm-hmm. I'm just thinking I don't know, I hear you on experience and years there that somebody's been there longer. It just seemed to me it was a definitive thing that the salary offered is what's budgeted, and hopefully we have a really outstanding candidate anyway that'll be deserving of that or more.
If you guys want to just say the 54, we have to see what's.
Because she also said that for the job descriptions for town or the job ads that they have a real template that they use right now too, right?
I don't know.
The highway crew starts out at the new people start out at a lower rate than everyone else, and they work their way up to the same rate as everyone else. So it is possible to start someone at a lower rate and then move up, let's say after 6 months with a job performance with a possible of this amount. So actually, when you think about it, you could start somebody, let's say at 50,000, and then say with a good job performance or whatever, you could go up to the 54,000 after 6 months.
And we'd still be in this year's budget.
Correct.
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah.
Then it would really give somebody some incentive to say, wow, if I do a good job and the commission's excited about what I'm doing and the program I'm bringing in, and then put them at the salary. And then if they're not doing a great performance job, then just say you're going to extend it another certain amount, couple months or something.
Yeah.
That's usually 90 days, isn't it, Ed? 90 days?
Well, you can do it as long as you want, as long as it's within that budget year.
So that comes out to $26 an hour.
About going rate.
So I think if we start at, offer like starting pay 48 to 50,000, that's my numbers. And like Ed said, we can boost them. Ed, we wouldn't need to go to selectmen to boost that because we already have it.
No, because it's already in the,
Budget.
like you said the other night, it's already in the budgeted, it's a budgeted item. And we'll just let the selectmen know that you're gonna offer an incentive to go to the budgeted amount after whatever you guys decide, 6 months, 3 months, with a favorable job performance.
So what's the consensus of that?
Personally, yes, I mean, that's 50,000 is great, but I don't think you're gonna get the people that you actually want for that, but I mean, it's worth a try. And then raise it later on. That sounds like a fantastic idea and an extra incentive. I don't know if you would want to advertise that or, during the interview that you explain that. So that's one thing we'll have to discuss, I guess, later on.
Ladies?
I'm
Very
inclined to go with what we have budgeted, but if I'm the only one thinking that, it just seems competitive to me, the amount that we have budgeted, and $26 an hour seems appropriate to me. So I'm inclined to say that, but maybe I'm.
Yeah, and when you look at it, I mean, look what Miranda's doing now as far as the after-school programs and all this. I mean, that's a lot of stuff that's part of her job, but I mean, it's well worth the $26. I mean, to me.
Mhm.
Sorry, I have to hop for a second.
Are you out of here? You done? Okay.
I'm hoping that I'm back. Sorry.
Okay.
It's just the most impossible time of night for me, or time of day. Hold on.
Laura, go ahead, Julia.
Oh, I was just going to say that's my opinion. I don't know if we want to vote on it or not, but I'll be right back.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm fine with whatever the group wants to go with. I think, I think starting at 50 and not like putting a wiggle in there is a little bit more straightforward. I do love the idea of incentives, right? And including that with a performance review. And then I would just make sure noting it's, includes IRA and partial, insurance. That's a huge benefit, right? That's another, potential 10 or whatever that you want to stick on the back of that salary. So I would just make sure we include that.
I'll get the right wording from Joyce on those benefits.
Yeah. Yeah, I do fit 50K with benefits and like, yeah, I don't know, whatever that wording is to say increased with performance review.
It's basically salaried because they get the paid holidays and everything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's just such a funny job because they do so much after hours, right? Like in weekends, and it's definitely a different kind of role.
Mhm. So at that point, so if we did 50,000 with an increase after, performance increase, would we give them the whole 4,000 or adjust it depending on what we?
I think if they're doing a good job, yeah, why nickel and dime it if it's in a budget to
Mhm.
to allocate it?
Okay. I'm gonna continue that on our next one just till I get the right wording from Joyce, I guess, or so we know 50K plus what the benefits are, we can.
Yeah, I
Say it
say go with the
properly.
50K. I say go with the 50K and then see how it goes.
Yeah.
Okay,
Sorry, what did we decide to go with?
50?
Starting with
Plus-
the 50, yep, go ahead, sorry.
50K with benefits and performance incentives.
Okay,
And then it would go straight up to the 54.
okay.
If they can earn, if we're happy with them and everything.
After a certain number of days or,
Yeah, what do you say, 90 days?
Yeah, 90 days is what we do in retail. I mean, I don't know what you guys do. But yeah, 90 days is what we do, 90 days.
Ed, what do they do for the town foreman?
He
I'd
said-
have to look it up. I'd have to look. It goes, I think there's a couple different ways they go. They go up so much an hour, which we don't want to get into that. So I would
Yeah.
just say after a review, after 90 days of the job,
Yeah, 90 days sounds good.
Yeah.
you'd go,
I feel like
to-
6 months could be too long.
you may go
Yeah.
up to the budgeted salary.
Yeah.
I would put
Okay.
the amount, go up to the budgeted.
Okay.
Because then if all of a sudden the performance isn't there and you have to go maybe into the next budget season, if you say the budgeted, then it won't be a surprise if the budget only goes up or down, depending on the town vote.
Okay.
All right. So we'll move on to the job description, or do we want to make a motion for that? To that effect on the pay?
Well, I'll make it and then, I don't know if we need it, but yeah, I'll make it. Okay.
Okay. What are you gonna say, John?
That our base starting salary pay would be 50,000. And after a 90-day review, would go to the budgeted amount. If the performance is satisfactory. Yeah, you might have to look at the wording on that for Joyce. It might be a little different.
Okay. Can I have a second on that, please?
Second,
Any further discussion?
no.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. So let's move to the job description, the ad for the job description. Can you throw that up, Laura? Or I guess I can, yeah.
Sorry, did you want me to share that or are you sharing that?
Do you have it, or I can do it, whatever, if you don't have it?
Yeah, I can pull that up. One sec. Hold on. Here it is. This is it, right? Oh, wait, no, that's the job. Which one do you want me to pull up? I have them both.
The ad.
Okay, this one's the ad. Yep.
Okay. Good. All right, so I put in the mission statement. Can you scroll down? Yeah.
Yeah.
So is there any changes we want to make to this or add to it?
I just updated that to training available.
Yep.
All right.
10 park and
Change
recognition.
that.
Promote, supervise, supervise and evaluate.
Oh, did I not just send that to you guys?
Which one?
Oh, wait, it didn't load. We had there's a star next to prepares budget. Is
Yeah.
that something we were gonna talk about more? Or why is there a star there?
Um,
How about works with it, with the commission?
works with the commission to prepare budget.
Yep.
Works with to prepare budget. You're gonna say maintain budget throughout the year or monitor?
Monitors would be the best word.
Monitors, okay. There's budget throughout the year. Recruit and interview commission staff as needed. Is this for staff, recruit and interview with commission for staffing as needed? Needed. Oversee the operation. Those activities.
Oh, I did put that in there, okay. What do you guys think of this? Are we ready?
Yeah, I mean, it's part of life right now, social media.
Yeah.
I mean, you gotta get the message out. If you don't get the message out there, nobody's gonna know anything.
Yeah, I have a question. Is signage part of their responsibility for communication?
Well, I mean, we have enough signs up. What the rules
But
and
like
regulations
for
are.
different events, I think that it is.
Okay, yeah, but as far as like the regular signs, I think we got enough.
Yeah, but for like the Halloween bash and stuff
Yep.
like that, like if we did it,
Is-
yeah.
Yeah, are they, so is the director responsible for those marketing materials, or is there a communications and marketing director that they would work with
No,
to?
that's Park and Rec. The director would
It's
be,
Park and Rec. A lot of
Yeah.
times commission members like help out with it, but
Okay. What about program promotion?
there you go.
Social media, signage, monthly town newsletter.
this is off topic, but there were like 10 kids playing at Kent Commons today during tennis, like siblings that were just there having a
Oh,
blast.
good.
The busiest
Oh,
I've ever
did
seen.
you, is there still a lot of weeds there, those burrs?
Abigail
Yes.
and Miranda raked it
Oh, she raked it, okay.
When they do that?
today during
Oh,
tennis.
I forgot about that.
Oh, great.
But it was really nice. I mean, the whole parents, everybody, the place was packed. It was awesome.
That's
Yeah, I
awesome.
think
Oh,
that
nice.
program that you guys started is working out fantastically.
Yeah, it's wonderful.
Yep.
All right, back to, sorry. Just wanted to-
What's repetitive motions?
Typing,
Oh,
Is that really necessary?
probably not.
Like, do all job descriptions do that? Yeah, it just seems
Computer savvy?
like- I don't know. Yeah.
computer literate?
Well, this is physical conditions.
We have computer skills included up
Yeah,
top,
so-
so
I would just take it
Yeah,
out.
yeah, take it out, you're right.
Parents need to carry boxes, sports equipment.
We need, tell them, should we suggest that they need to be able to run a scoreboard and a timer?
Yeah, probably. Right.
That's not under physical conditions, right?
And that's just something that Leslie used to do. I don't know,
Yeah.
you know, that can be taught real quick.
Usually, yeah, and usually a lot of the parents will volunteer to do
Yeah.
that.
Mhm.
And the
I'd
younger
like to-
kids,
Go ahead, John.
I was gonna say that even the younger kids, they don't really keep score, so.
Manage.
I wouldn't even put that in there, Laura.
No, okay.
Kind of a joke. Just thinking of some things that Leslie used to do. Should there be something on this particular document about, please look at the attached job description for full
Further
duties?
details? Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's good. That covers it, because this is really just the ad, right?
Right.
And we don't need to keep this to one page because this is just going online.
Yeah, I was thinking too, I didn't get a chance to do it, but I was gonna see if there's any colleges in the area that offer this program that we could send this to when we,
Central Connecticut State College and Eastern State College from the state of Connecticut. And then there's another one up in Litchfield Hills. What is that college that's up there?
the one that's like in Torrington.
Yeah, what's it called?
Well, actually, it did not move. It's
Okay,
not there anymore. But there's like I think there's an ag program or something going on. Do you know, Ed?
I don't know.
When you go
The other thing-
past the
know
wild
where-
animal farm and come down the hill?
Yeah, I don't know.
oh, Northwestern, isn't it?
Maybe.
Community College.
It used to be Northwestern Community College, but I don't know if it still is or not.
Yeah, it's something
That
else
was
now.
But the other thing you can do too is UConn. UConn has a similar program to Eastern and Central. So you could use that as a resource. And then also too, if you want to advertise it, you can put it in that Capra, Connecticut
Yeah.
Park. Yeah, okay.
Okay. All right, so this is looking good. Can save that, send those back out.
So do we need a motion to approve all the changes that we did, or?
Sure.
Okay, I so moved.
Okay. Second, please.
Second.
Any further discussion? All right. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
Bye.
Thank you. All right. I
By the
think,
way, Lynn,
Yep.
with that advertisement, I don't know if we want to do it, but when they're, I can stick a QR code on any of those. So if something is being printed, someone can just scan and go right to the application.
okay. I don't
That's
know anything
probably-
about that, so I'll check with Joyce on that.
Yeah, because there probably needs to be a URL in that advertisement, right? Where to apply.
Yep. My Joyce list. All right. I just want to say that I think this committee has done a wonderful, quick job, and thank you all for your, we've had a meeting every week, and it's a lot of work, and I really appreciate everybody giving it their all and getting through this. And I think we're on a good path and we're almost there.
Yeah, it's a collaborative effort. So
It
yeah.
sure is. It's been really great working with you all like this.
Yeah.
Okay.
I agree.
So same time next week, next Wednesday?
Is there any shot we could do 6:30?
Yeah.
Instead of 7? And I might be able to.
That's fine. Yeah,
Yes,
because
I
yeah,
was
you
able
got the
to.
kids going. Yeah.
That would be easier. Yeah.
What is that date? 29.
28,
29?
29, right? Yeah, 29. Yeah.
29.
Yep.
Okay.
At 6:30.
29's at 6:30. All right. I think I've got my duties. We may need a special meeting for Park and Rec to let them approve these things and, you know, go forward with that, but I'll check to see if we need that.
So we have to wait another month before we put the ad in the paper?
No, I think we may have a couple things to discuss through Park and Rec, so we may have to do a special meeting.
Oh, okay, all right.
I'm gonna ask Joyce if we need to do that, or you know, we can just go through with what we've said and done.
Crazy idea to get even a bigger net cast for something like this. Do we want to, I don't know, recommend to the Spectrum to note something about like Leslie's retirement after 30 years? Has done so much great work. Ken is going to be looking to hire a new park and rec director in October. Or I don't know if something was already published in the news about her retirement, but it seems like she's a significant figure. She did hold the position for a long time, and it might be something noteworthy that they look at doing and get more attention instead of just in the jobs area.
Good point. We have Lynn Worthington here in town that works for Waterbury Republican, so.
Yeah, I know, Lynn.
Okay, so we may be able to get something through her. Spectrum doesn't do a lot of Kent news. They need to do more. Not that they won't, but.
Yeah, that's what I get at home in my thing.
I think everyone gets it. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's Lakeville Journal. And I think there's another one up that way.
Yeah.
Well, they call it the
If somebody does talk to someone to do like a story like that, we should also like give a shout out to the interim director that's
yes.
working somewhere right now too.
Good idea.
And saying we'd love an after school program director as well.
Throw that in there, absolutely. All right. Anything else? Anybody have any other questions or thoughts on anything? All right, so we'll adjourn them.
Pertaining to this? Okay.
Yes,
No.
pertaining to this agenda.
No.
All right, so I will warn that meeting for next Wednesday at 6:30, Wednesday the 29th, and we will adjourn this meeting at 7:55. Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
Bye.
Good night.
You're still recording.